He thinks it's for coaches. The only, I think the question mark he put on it was 3 minutes, a bit too long, but he's going the distance here, isn't he?
Well, look, it does give them the opportunity sometimes when managers and coaches find it difficult to get a message across to players. Well, you can do that.
He obviously saw the Portuguese coach something that he felt he could put right with that kind of discussion. But what Spain have done, perhaps, in having to rely on his goalkeeper more times than he would have wanted to. Ruben Diaz. That's a great contest between those two.
Did well there, Cucurella, because Neto was after that, wasn't he? He's very quick, Pedro Neto. He gives them far more direct pace over on that side, but Cucurella is one of those defenders. He'll match anybody up and give as good as he gets.
Yeah, what Pedro Neto does, he speeds the game up, doesn't he? When he gets the ball, he's off.
He does, yeah. He wants it in front of him. That's when he's at his best.
That was, as you were saying, Andy, a straightforward piece of running between the two players, and I can imagine Pedro Neto probably thinks that's his best way of getting the better of Cucurella. He's pretty rapid. A bushy-haired left back.
Perfect.
Lots of the games recently between these two have been drawn. 6 of the last 7 in regulation time. Headed away by Pedro Porro. Sort of knocked forward by Ruben Diaz, who had to really exert himself to get a bit of power on the header. Now Vitinha. João Cancelo. Ronaldo dropping deep to influence proceedings. A bit of possession here. Maybe that's the sort of thing that Roberto Martinez was emphasising. Look,
patience,
a bit more patience.
Just keep it, wait for that right moment to be decisive with a forward pass. You have to go backwards, don't be afraid to. Lots of teams nowadays, we see, Martin, recycling the ball, going backwards, even go back as far as the goalkeeper at times.
Spain might be able to break here. Dani Olmo.
Oh, क्या save था, क्या save
था. There was a gap to try and find.
Do you know, Nuno Mendes didn't really know where Lamine Yamal was there. Arta Vega does really well to slide in and just intercept. Had there been a little more pace on that ball from Dani Olmo, he would have been in and away. Yeah.
Vega into Pedro Neto territory. Anthony Taylor deciding in Cucurella's favour. Handball. Here's Kubasi. Now Dani Olmo. Pedro Porro could go down the outside here, and he does it, steaming forward.
Oh, nice save!
So one way to do
by Nuno Mendes.
Make him defend.
Yes, great run, Pedro Porro there, really good. He actually does very well, Nuno Mendes, to recover, slide in and knock that one away. Another corner for Spain.
It's their turn to involve in the blocking. It's worked. Shaw back to Pedro Porro, to the other fullback, Cucurella. Well, by Pedri on the goalkeeper save. Dani Olmo with the header. It was improvisation by Diogo Costa. There's an offside flag in the end. I'm not quite sure
Offside ho gaya tha.
which bit of play he flagged for.
I think it is Dani Olmo just there. Look, Pau Kubasi is who tries to get on the end of that, which
Offside tak
life
hoga.
very
Pura
difficult there
offside tha.
for Diogo Costa. Having to go with his foot, and he cushioned it right back into the path of Olmo, who couldn't get any real power on it, but would have been flagged anyway.
Now on Ronaldo. Aymeric Laporte. Ball in France, of course, naturalised on the residence qualification for Spain. Been quite a talking point, where their countries of birth have been for the players who are not representing their countries of birth, and how international football's had to adapt to that with the globalisation of the population. A fair bit of tenacity from Bruno Fernandes, but he showed it.
That's a bit of a shank.
एक player आगे होना
What a way
चाहिए.
there.
It's a remarkable record for Unai Simon. 519 minutes before this game started.
National team के लिए सिर्फ
Conceding a
Nuno.
goal. He's never been really regarded as an absolute top-class keeper, and yet De La Fuentes, who obviously had him young in the underage teams, has been an absolute standout. Vega. I think they've got David Raya, who's just won the Premier League with Arsenal and won the Champions League final. He's more of a footballing goalkeeper, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I think that they've got great competition, Martin, haven't they? Would you say Unai Simon? Not always in everyone's top 10 of world goalkeepers, but does a great job for his team.
Oyarzabal will still be ruining that missed chance, but with all good strikers, you forget about it in the end and think about the next one. Here's Yamal again for Dani Olmo. Has made a terrific run.
Oh,
Really caught Portugal out with his movement there.
Great play, brilliant work. He's very elusive, Dani Olmo. 1 minute he's running in behind Portugal's back line, then he's playing in the pocket in the number 10 position. Then he drops even deeper in front of Portugal's midfield, but no one's ever quite sure where he is.
Cucurella. And Baena working that left-hand side, away by Renato Vega. Portugal have to retreat again. Rodri. Now Pedro Porro.
भाई पूरा चढ़ी हुई है इस पे.
Yamal.
पूरा चढ़ी.
Working with Pedri.
Oh, Nuno Mendes.
Not really a gap for him to
Nuno.
go through.
What a play, Nuno.
Looked fairly enough, but maybe not from Anthony Taylor's angle.
Yeah, Nuno Mendes got a foot in, so Lamine Yamal doing the right thing, wanting to pinch it back. Not a lot wrong with that, to be honest with you.
Now Cancelo, and him back to Diogo Costa.
Pressure again from Spain all round.
Just a little extra sharpness you feel, don't you, Andy, about Spain? Or
Yeah,
maybe you see it differently?
No, look, there's not a lot in the game, Martin, but Spain are so tidy in possession. They're very, very good. Look, Portugal, certainly Also very capable, but Spanish team, there is a nice rhythm to what they do when they're keeping possession.
The goalkeeper's ball. Talk about players from other countries. He was born in Switzerland. Diego Costa. Obviously to a Portuguese family to allow the qualification. Ruben Diaz. Well, Cucurella really took a chance there. Anything over the top of him, and Pedro Neto would have been sprinting away behind him.
Got better options, Spain, I think, Martin, when they're looking forward at the moment. Whether it be fullbacks getting in advanced positions, as Pedro Porro is here to the right of Kubasi, or people like Dani Olmo starting to become a little more influential. Bit of space.
João Neves struggling to find a way out. And Cancelo too, that could have been intercepted by Olmo. Cristiano Ronaldo. João Felix. Taken on by Vitinha. Advantage played by referee Taylor. João Neves. Cancelo. Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo is very good in the air still. Oh,
hello.
Jay Felix coming back.
Oh.
Clever try from
Boy!
Ronaldo to try and just knock it over his shoulder into an unguarded net. João Felix paid a price for his bravery getting to the ball, crashed into the hoardings. Look at Ronaldo now.
Yeah, Unai Simon there came for the initial cross and was floundering a little bit. He did well to get a fingertip on that João Felix nod back to Ronaldo and then make that stop. Ronaldo couldn't really get any power on it. Back to goal and facing the wrong way, but nice play from Portugal. Good work, João Felix at the back post. Didn't give it up. Kept believing he could keep it in, and that was almost a very useful situation for Portugal. But the goalie there stepped off his line to come and get it. If he does that, he's got to make sure he grabs it. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite aware of where he was.
Portugal's first attempt since the 12th minute. It was a very... you can get 40, 50, 60-year-olds, but you've still got pictures in your head like Cristiano Ronaldo had then, to see that the goal was... there was a chance of diverting the ball into the goal.
I mean, he'll always have that about him, Martin. Even when the legs perhaps aren't quite as powerful as they once were. His awareness, watch, decent ball in from Pedro Neto. Goalie a little bit all over the place, but does well to get back up and recover.
सीधा बॉल कैच करी है.
Pedro Neto
कैच करके सीधा पेट पे.
is at the centre of an Anthony Taylor judgment that he's not quite in tune with. Will be dropped in Spain's direction.
It's a lot easier to get them boots on nowadays, Martin, isn't it? Hey, look. Just literally
like those,
slide your foot in.
Those slip-in trainers.
That's it, they are.
But they're designed for people your age. The boots are designed for Pedro Neto. And well, I've got 3 or 4 pairs here, so not football boots. Here is Felix in the centre of attention again. Pedro Porro is going to get a talking to.
Yeah, he's giving it as much chance as he possibly can.
reaction
from Pedro Porro.
Yeah, nonchalant reaction.
A winger. Know exactly that he's there, but I don't think there'll be too many more before Anthony Taylor starts clamping down on a few of those. What a switch that is.
And what an anticipation by João Cancelo to realise that he set off and dictated the pass. Actually, he was on his bike. And this has been given as a corner. It might be one of those that will be checked. Great run from João Cancelo. Portugal fullbacks, they can do that from first minute to last, charge up and down, not a problem for them. the boots.
Pedro Neto करी.
Now to Pedro Neto's liking.
ये गोल पड़ जाता तो बढ़िया रहता.
It's a congested goal area. Unai Simon. We'll need to have a clear view of this, particularly if it's whipped in with pace.
I presume that chunk out the back of his boot is deliberate, Martin.
We could go on all day about what the modern player does. I think there's an advantage to be gained. Scoring a goal is the best way to get an advantage.
Oh! भाई फिर बच गया.
Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes ने फिर एक ट्रायल लिया और फिर बच गया.
As soon as I saw the deflection, I thought it was in. Just a little bit too much room there for Nuno Mendes, who was not afraid to let fly from that sort of distance. Watch this, he hits this nice and hard, he really does. And it's Pedro Porro. You're always tempted to put something on it if you can, but it can often fly past your own goalkeeper.
It's disappearing from sight. Nuno Mendes will get purchase onto the long throw, but Taylor has seen something which I think means the throw will be retaken.
Yeah, smart Cucurella went down, but I think Anthony Taylor has just seen them getting involved a little bit at the near post, so he's ordered the throw-in to be retaken.
And it's not a long throw on the retake. It's a cross, not the best one from Nuno Mendes. João Felix trying to win it back. And Lamine Yamal's away. Oyarzábal's up with him.
Great feet.
And he's still sitting on the ground expecting to get the free kick. The Spain have got the ball not quite in the most advantageous situation, but they've worked it back again. And is that a little trip? No.
It's really good defensive work from João Felix. Watch him stride for stride, getting back and just getting an all-important foot in.
Not much margin for error there.
No, you haven't got long either, Martin. If you do receive that ball 40 yards from the opposition goal, it won't be long before someone is trying to pinch it off you. Got to make that decision pretty quickly. What are you going to do with it?
Vega, Vitinha. João Felix actually emerged the last 10 minutes or so as quite a significant figure in the match, trying to push Portugal onwards, but doing his share in the opposite direction. Here's Bruno Fernandes, got some space here. Ronaldo maybe take them a bit more centrally. Might have shot from that range.
Yeah, that's his first thought all the time, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, can he get a yard and get his shot away? Couldn't there, he was a long way out.
Here's Pedro Neto. Vitinha. A number of these players were playing in the States last year with their club sides. Pedro Neto had a great tournament in the Club World Cup. He scored 3 goals. Chelsea won it. Nuno Mendes. Lamine Yamal, who I'm sure has been briefed about what he's going to do. He'd rather be doing what he nearly accomplished a couple of minutes ago. That should be the goalkeeper's ball, and it is. Competent from Unai Simon.
Yeah, nice work, neat and tidy, nice and clean with the catch. Ronaldo just hovering a little bit in behind Unai Simon, but good work.
Pedro Porro. Spain threatening, but Portugal not without a sign or two of a punch of their own. Here's Baena, Cucurella. Laporte takes over. Oh, Danny almost found space again and found Oyarzábal. Switch it, and then a hit and hope really from Rodri.
Yeah,
मिनट का टाइम मिला है
before half time.
Yeah, there's a fan on the receiving end of that one from Rodri. I think you can see Danny Olmo on the right side of the screen there saying, let's keep the ball. Always tempting, Martin, midfield players, when you're in that shooting range. And then it's afterwards, you either, or you often regret that perhaps you didn't just go wide and keep the pressure on. Just relieves all the pressure when you blast it over the bar.
I saw you blast plenty into the opponent's net, by the way.
I can tell you there was a good few that went over the top as well.
I did see some of those too. João Neves. Ronaldo makes
अरे भाई कितना तेज है ये
Unai Simon. Spain trying to act quickly from the goalkeeper's distribution, but Portugal get back very quickly. Alex Baena.
बोला नंबर बता
Pedro Porro play it inside Nuno Mendes from Lamine Yamal. He did
Nuno Mendes.
It wouldn't have counted.
Good movement from him though. And I think he's got to mix it up with against Nuno Mendes. Look, decides to just dart in behind. Once you make that decision, you can't wait. I don't think Pedro Porro did a lot wrong there. He's just always a little too early and going to be offside, but that's better from him. He can have it to feet, but also skip in behind occasionally.
Spain, you sense, really looking to up it before the break here. They've got a free kick. Not a great angle for the challenge.
No. It's a long way out, this one, Martin, an awful long way out. I mean, we have seen them over the years. Previous World Cups, we've seen them fly in from this sort of range, but that's a long way.
By the way, that's a nice banner, isn't it? The legend versus the future, Ronaldo versus Lamine. Yes, but it is a ball that stays hit. We've emphasised that plenty of times. We've seen some wonderful goals struck from outside the penalty area. And plenty of headers as well. Which might be more the latter route to an opening goal here. Well, that was actually on target, but maybe there was an offside on the initial knockback.
Well, the game's gone pretty much according to plan, hasn't it? It's very tight. It really is. The first goal in this one is going to be huge for whichever team is able to find it, but they both had their moments.
I think it could have been tighter, couldn't it? I mean,
yeah.
I was telling Andy before the game, a very good friend in Portuguese football said, be prepared for a long game, hinting that there would be a lot of caution involved. But there's been sensible defensive play, but creativity hasn't been off the menu. Angled on by Nuno Mendes. João Neves.
Neves के body feints है.
He's another of the Paris Saint-Germain players involved in this game. Now Felix has a nice idea just to reverse it back. It's got too much on it. Doing that, fetching and carrying and passing the responsibility and the ball to others. Like Oyarzabal for Correa. Oyarzabal again. Spain going nowhere on that passage of play.
Yeah, he's getting too deep there, Oyarzabal. Getting involved in areas where he doesn't really want to be doing that.
he's really been a late developer. They played him through the middle of his club, and now for his country, and running through the middle here at the other end is João Felix, who's never really settled in one club. Oyarzabal's only played for one club, Real Sociedad, whereas as Pedro Porro goes careering across. João Felix has been around the block a few times.
Oh, he has. Yes, he has.
Not
You're right.
settled.
Never really stuck it out for a significant period of time anywhere. But he's talented. He's a very talented boy, and he can play in a number of positions. He can play as a 10. He's playing off one side. It's not ideal for him today, but both teams, Martin, have got some good players on the bench, you know, who can have a big effect in this game too. It might come to that. It might well come to whichever manager is brave enough to make those changes first. That could be the difference.
Well, at half-time, there's been certainly efforts. Nuno Mendes' shot deflecting onto the crossbar, the closest we've seen. Diogo Costa's had to make some saves, probably more saves than his opposite number. But one or two of them have been routine. And we reach the break in Dallas. Portugal 0, Spain 0.
For over 2 decades, every time one set the bar, the other raised it. When one challenged, the other responded.
Simply no stopping him.
On 7th of July, they fight for their country.
Oh, what drama!
As the challenges get stiffer,
Wonderful football from Spain. Egypt have taken the lead.
the legends unlock a whole new level of their game. Watch the greats battle in the knockouts. Portugal versus Spain and Argentina versus Egypt. Live and exclusive on Z5. Download the Z5 app now. Versus Egypt. Live and exclusive on Z5. Download the Z5 app now.
I'm selfish. That's how the X-Pulse 210 was designed. By a rider, for a rider. So we could have it all. Exactly the way we want it. The all-new X-Pulse 210. More attitude, more latitude.
Some things you do for a good life. Some for the greater good. 100 Pipers. Be remembered for good.
Bruno, very bad.
So beautiful, Bruno. इतनी अच्छी ड्राइंग है, कुछ गिफ्ट तो देना पड़ेगा.